Value is another topic that we talk about in consumer behavior class. See if you can guess the decade of when the following quote was written. Americans cleave to the things of this world as if assured that they will never die, and yet are in such a hurry to snatch any that come within their reach, as if expecting to stop living before they have relished them. They clutch everything but hold nothing fast, and so lose grip as they hurry after some new delight. 50s, 60s, 70s? This is actually a quote by Alexis de Tocqueville, a French sociologist and political theorist who wrote these words after visiting America in the 1830s. Did we think that our current culture was a special new phenomenon because of all that we have accessible to us? Are North American materialism brought on by credit cards and keeping up with the Joneses? Ecclesiastes reminds us that there is nothing new under the sun. Yes, products and services come and go, but human nature is human nature. All the way back to Adam and Eve, the desire for more has been around since the beginning of mankind. But value, how do consumers even determine what that is to them? Consumers are swayed by the perceived value they would receive from their acquisition. The framework that makes up a consumer's value includes both internal and external influences. The internal influences are what is going on inside the mind and heart of the consumer, and involves their psychological makeup as well as their personality. The psychology involves what they think, the cognitive processing, as well as the affective processes, the feelings that they associate with this activity or product. On the personality influence, that involves those unique characteristics and traits that define each of us as an individual. These individual differences that make us uniquely different from one another. But there's also those external influences. Although we all have past experience stored in our memory warehouse, there are times when an external influence could cause us to engage in a consumption process or could provide additional information which would allow us to make a decision. Both our social environment and additional situational influences come into play here. A consumer's social environment includes the people around them that help shape their experiences. These can be personal influences such as family, friends, teammates, coworkers. There's also impersonal influences, such as celebrities, or even virtual influences nowadays, such as online resources and social networks. Besides a social environment, there are also situational influences at play. These are the temporary factors that can affect a perceived value a consumer feels that they will receive in the consumption of a product or service. And they're unique to a particular time and place. It can be a promotional sale that you see as you're walking by that caught your eye. It could be timing. Maybe it's payday and you may have extra money in your wallet. You happen to be hungry when you go to the grocery store or when you're filling your gas tank, and there may be some situational choices you make because of that. But how do we create value? Well, in order to fully understand how to offer value, you need to know what your goods and services mean to your customers. I like to use the following value equation to identify what this can look like. The value equation equals what you get minus what you give. It's not just the product or service acquired. What you get can be benefits such as quality. Maybe what you're getting is the quality, and that's important to you, or the convenience. Emotions, maybe it's how you feel when you participate with that, or the prestige that you get from that product or service, or the experience itself. Some of you have gone skydiving. It may have cost you a lot of money, but the experience itself to you was a greater piece that you took away from that, and to you that had great value. And what you can give can be much more than money. We think of it being just money, but it can be a sacrifice of time. How many of you have said, oh, I don't have the time for that? Or it could be money, or it could be the effort. Oh, that's way too much work. Or the opportunity. The opportunity cost would be too much in your mind. Emotions. It may be too hard emotionally to have value for you. Or the image. Yeah, I am a city girl. And I remember when we had kids, I couldn't do the minivan thing because that didn't go with my city girl image. I know that's kind of nuts, but when you look at image, we all have different quirks, about what we want to be viewed as. And to me, I liked more the city than the suburban life. A customer buys a Rolls Royce for prestige, not necessarily for transportation. Although they receive transportation, it's much more than that. This is known as hedonic value. It is an end and of itself, and it is also emotional and subjective to each individual. Many of you would think, there's no way I would spend that much money. But to others, the prestige part was a greater value to them. A drill is used for the purpose of drilling. This would be viewed as utilitarian in nature. It helps to accomplish a task or solve a problem. You don't buy a drill just to have a drill. You buy a drill for the purpose of making holes and to solve your problem. Products and services that can accomplish both utilitarian and hedonic at the same time can provide great customer experiences. Think of your favorite restaurant. It not only takes care of the physical need of hunger, but typically provides great atmosphere and customer service along with it. Perhaps it is a place to be seen for posterity as well. Another example is makeup. Do women buy makeup for the plastic case filled with colorful powder? No, there's an additional value to that product itself that it provides for a woman. Value needs to be communicated in a way that customers can learn about the benefits of the product or service and perceive the value it provides them. But note that value is not created in a vacuum. It is something that is co-created with your customer. They are going to add what they already know about you in addition to their own particular skill set. You may portray the benefits received from consuming your product or using your service, but the consumer decides if what you are offering is indeed valuable to them. Are you clear on the value your customers are receiving from your product or service? If not, that's an important piece to find as you move forward in your business.